This. Every morning before the world rushes in, you have a choice to set the tone, to align your mind, and to ignite the energy that will carry you through the day. The words you speak to yourself are not just sounds, they are seeds that shape your thoughts, your emotions, and ultimately your destiny. When you wake up and declare empowering truths, you are programming your mind for clarity, focus, and unstoppable strength. Shi Heng Yi once said that mastery begins within, by cultivating the right thoughts, the right energy, and the right discipline. And it all starts the moment you open your eyes. Today, I want to share with you 14 powerful affirmations you must say to yourself every single morning. Because the difference between drifting through life and living with purpose is the conversation you have with yourself. Your words create your reality, and this truth has been echoed across wisdom traditions, modern psychology, and the stories of the most successful individuals. Every single word you utter, whether spoken out loud or whispered silently in your mind, plants a seed. Those seeds grow into thoughts, and thoughts become actions. Actions repeated over time turn into habits, and habits define the course of your life. This chain begins with language, the words you choose to describe yourself, your challenges, and your future. When you say, "I can't," you immediately close the door to possibilities. But when you declare, "I will," you invite your mind to search for solutions, to build bridges where there were none before. Think of your words as commands to your subconscious mind. Your subconscious does not argue with you. It obeys. If you keep saying, "I'm not good enough," or "I'll never succeed," your subconscious accepts those instructions and aligns your behaviors to make them true. On the other hand, when you consistently affirm "I am capable," "I am disciplined," or "I am resilient," your subconscious begins to shape your actions and choices in ways that reflect those beliefs. The human mind is incredibly powerful, and words are the tools you use to shape its direction. Just as a sculptor uses a chisel to reveal the masterpiece hidden in marble, you use your words to carve out the reality you live in. Science backs this up. Studies in cognitive psychology have shown that self-talk directly influences performance. Athletes who repeat empowering phrases to themselves improve their focus and endurance. Leaders who visualize and affirm their goals speak them into existence long before the results show up. This isn't magic. It is the alignment of intention, focus, and action fueled by the power of words. The language you use becomes the lens through which you see opportunities and challenges. When your words are negative, that lens becomes cloudy, and you miss chances that could transform your life. When your words are positive and empowering, your vision sharpens and you start noticing possibilities everywhere. Even in everyday life, you can see the effect. Imagine two people facing the same setback. One says, "This always happens to me, I'm so unlucky." The other says, "This is tough, but I'll find a way to grow through it." Both encounter the same situation, but their words shape their mindset, and their mindset shapes their actions. The first person sinks deeper into despair, while the second finds strength and solutions. Over time, these small differences in words create massive differences in results. This is why starting your morning with powerful affirmations matters so much. The first words you speak in the morning frame your entire day. If your first words are complaints or doubts, your energy follows that path. But if you begin by saying, "Today I will give my best," "Today I will grow stronger," "Today I will move closer to my goals," Your mind sharpens, your heart opens, and your actions align with that declaration. Words are not just sounds, they are forces. Use them with intention and they will shape a reality filled with strength, growth, and purpose. Morning rituals shape daily outcomes because the way you start your day sets the rhythm, tone, and mindset for everything that follows. Think of your morning as the foundation of a building. If the foundation is weak, no matter how beautiful the structure looks on the outside, it won't stand for long. In the same way, when you begin your day without intention or structure, you leave yourself vulnerable to distraction, stress, and negativity. But when your morning begins with clarity, discipline, and purposeful action, the rest of your day flows with greater focus and strength. The truth is you cannot control everything that will happen in the next 24 hours, but you can absolutely control how you prepare yourself for it in the first hour. The greatest performers, thinkers, and leaders all understand the importance of morning rituals. They know that the early hours are sacred. In the quiet of the morning, before the demands of the world come knocking, you have the opportunity to set your mind straight and fuel your spirit. If you wake up and immediately reach for your phone, scroll through news or social media and absorb negativity, your mind becomes reactive instead of proactive. But if you wake up and begin with affirmations, reflection, or intentional movement, you enter the day as the leader of your own life instead of a follower of circumstance. The morning is the seed, and the rest of the day is the harvest. Plant the right seeds and you reap strength, clarity, and productivity. A ritual does not need to be long or complicated to be powerful. What matters most is consistency, whether it is meditation, breathing exercises, prayer, journaling, affirmations, or a few minutes of physical training. The practice becomes a signal to your brain that you are ready to step into the day with purpose. These small actions may look simple, but their impact multiplies when repeated over time. Just as a single drop of water does not seem significant, but thousands of drops can carve valleys into stone. So too do morning rituals shape the course of your life. Every morning you dedicate to your growth strengthens your mindset, disciplines your body, and fuels your spirit. It is also important to remember that morning rituals are not just about doing things, but about how you choose to think. If you begin your day with gratitude, you train your mind to see opportunities instead of problems. If you begin your day by visualizing your goals, you align your energy toward achieving them. If you begin your day with affirmations, you anchor your identity in strength and resilience. Over time, this becomes a habit so deeply ingrained that no matter what challenges arise, you carry an inner power that cannot be shaken. The truth is simple. A chaotic morning creates a chaotic day, and a disciplined morning creates a disciplined day. Life will always present unexpected difficulties, but when your mornings are rooted in rituals that uplift you, you build an inner fortress of calm and focus. You no longer stumble through the day reacting to everything around you. Instead, you move with intention, clarity, and confidence. That is why morning rituals are not a luxury. They are a necessity for anyone who desires growth, resilience, and lasting success. Affirmations build unshakable self-belief because they are the daily reminders that anchor you to your true potential. Every human being faces moments of doubt, fear, and insecurity. It is natural to question yourself when challenges appear or when failures from the past whisper that you are not good enough. Left unchecked, these inner doubts can grow louder than your dreams. That is why affirmations are not just words you repeat. They are shields that protect your mind and weapons that fight against the inner voice of limitation. Each time you declare something positive and empowering about yourself, you reinforce the belief that you are capable, strong, and destined for growth. This practice transforms your inner dialogue, and over time, your inner dialogue transforms your life. When you speak affirmations, you are consciously choosing the story you tell yourself. Life is not defined by what happens to you, it is defined by the meaning you attach to what happens. Affirmations help you write meanings that empower rather than weaken you. For example, instead of saying, I always fail, you affirm, every setback teaches me to rise stronger. Instead of saying, I am not worthy, you affirm, I am deserving of success and happiness. By repeating such statements, practice, you program your subconscious mind to accept them as truth. And once your subconscious believes it, your actions naturally align with it. Your decisions, behaviors, and energy begin to reflect the words you feed yourself. The power of affirmations is not about ignoring reality, but about strengthening your mindset so you can face reality with resilience. If someone says to themselves each day, I am disciplined, I am focused, I am unstoppable, they are not magically erasing challenges, but they are conditioning their mind to rise above them. The world will always throw obstacles in your way, but affirmations remind you that you have the inner strength to overcome them. When repeated consistently, they become like roots of a tree, deep, strong, and unshakable even when storms arrive. Self-belief is not built overnight. It is built daily, one thought and one affirmation at a time. Consider how many people sabotage themselves, not because of external barriers, but because of the limitations they speak into their own lives. They convince themselves they are not smart enough, talented enough, or strong enough, and so they never take action toward their dreams. Affirmations break this cycle. They replace self-doubt with self-trust and hesitation with courage. The simple act of declaring positive truths in the morning sends a clear message to your brain. You are not your past mistakes. You are not your fears. You are not your failures. You are the person who is growing, evolving, and moving forward. This repeated practice shapes a mindset of confidence that no criticism or failure can easily shake. Unshakable self-belief is not arrogance, and it is not blind positivity. It is the quiet, steady confidence that no matter what comes your way, you will adapt, learn, and continue. Affirmations nurture this confidence. They allow you to stand tall when life tries to bend you, and they remind you of your worth when the world tries to make you forget it. Over time, affirmations do more than build belief. They transform it into certainty. And when you live with certainty in yourself, you step into every challenge, every opportunity, and every day with the power to shape your destiny. Discipline starts with intentional thoughts because every action you take begins first in the mind. The way you think determines the way you feel, and the way you feel dictates the way you act. Too many people believe discipline is only about forcing themselves into rigid routines or denying themselves comfort. But true discipline is not punishment, it is clarity. It is the ability to direct your thoughts toward what matters most and to reject distractions that weaken your focus. When you master your thoughts, you no longer depend on fleeting motivation. You create a steady inner compass that guides your behavior. Every disciplined action is the echo of a disciplined thought that came before it. Imagine a person who constantly tells themselves, I'm too tired, I'll do it later. It doesn't matter today. Those thoughts, repeated daily, turn into habits of delay and inconsistency. On the other hand, someone who wakes up and affirms, I am committed, I am focused, I am capable of following through, trains their mind to see discipline not as a burden, but as a natural expression of who they are. Over time, the brain adapts to these intentional thoughts, and what once required great effort becomes automatic. The same way the body strengthens through repeated exercise, the mind strengthens through repeated patterns of disciplined thinking. Discipline is born when you begin to understand that your thoughts are choices. Every morning, you have the choice to feed your mind with excuses or with determination. If you allow your mind to wander aimlessly, it will drift toward comfort, procrastination, and distraction. But when you deliberately focus on thoughts of persistence, strength and responsibility, you create a mental environment where discipline thrives. This is why rituals of affirmations and intentional thinking are so powerful. They train your mind to choose discipline before temptation even arrives. The battle is often won or lost in the mind long before it plays out in action. It is also important to realize that discipline does not eliminate freedom, it creates it. When you discipline your thoughts, you free yourself from the chaos of indecision and the prison of impulses. Instead of being controlled by emotions or cravings, you are guided by purpose. For example, if you discipline your mind to think I will train today no matter what, your body follows. If you discipline your mind to think I will save and invest for my future, your decisions naturally align with long-term growth rather than short-term pleasure. Without intentional thoughts, discipline becomes fragile, but with intentional thoughts, discipline becomes your second nature. Every great achievement in history was fueled by this connection between thought and discipline. Warriors, philosophers, monks, athletes, and leaders all understood that the real fight happens inside the mind first. They cultivated thoughts of strength, focus, and endurance, which translated into actions of consistency and greatness. You cannot hope to live a disciplined life while allowing undisciplined thoughts to run free. It begins with awareness and grows with repetition. Each time you redirect your mind toward determination instead of distraction, you strengthen the muscle of discipline. And as that muscle grows, it shapes not only your daily choices, but your entire destiny. The first voice you hear should be your own power, because the beginning of your day sets the stage for everything that follows. From the moment you wake up, your mind is at its most impressionable. The thoughts and words that enter it first will echo throughout the day, influencing how you see yourself, how you face challenges, and how you interact with the world. If the first voice you hear is negativity, whether from news, social media, or even your own self-doubt, that energy plants itself in your mind and begins to grow. But if the first voice you hear is your own, strong, empowering, and intentional, you claim ownership of your day before anyone else has the chance to shape it for you. This is not just about motivation. It is about reclaiming control over your inner world. Most people wake up and immediately allow the outside world to dictate their state of mind. They check messages, scroll through headlines, or listen to complaints from others. And by doing so, they hand over their power. They start the day already reacting instead of creating. But when you begin by speaking to yourself, affirming your strength, your clarity, and your purpose, you choose to lead your day instead of follow it. You tell your subconscious mind who you are before the world tries to tell you who you should be. That inner voice becomes your shield, your guide, and your source of unshakable energy. The human mind is deeply influenced by repetition, especially in those first waking moments when it is still shifting from rest into awareness. If your first words are filled with doubt, they echo throughout the day as hesitation and fear. But if your first words are filled with conviction, statements like, I am focused, I am resilient, I will achieve my goals today, then your mind carries those truths with it as guiding principles. They become the filter through which you interpret every event. A challenge no longer looks like a dead end. It looks like an opportunity to apply the strength you have already declared. Hearing your own voice also creates accountability. When you tell yourself something out loud, it becomes a commitment. It is no longer just a thought passing through your mind. It is a declaration you have spoken into reality. That declaration has power because it pushes you to align your actions with your words. If you tell yourself in the morning, I will give my best today, then every time you are tempted to give less, that voice reminds you of the promise you made. Over time, this builds integrity with yourself, and integrity builds confidence. You begin to trust your own word, and that trust is the foundation of unstoppable self-belief. The first voice you hear should be your own, because your voice is the only one that truly knows your dreams, your struggles, and your potential. No one else can speak life into your goals the way you can. When you claim the morning with your own powerful words, you program your mind to walk through the day as a creator, not a victim of circumstances. You carry your own strength into every situation instead of waiting for encouragement from others. This is how greatness is built, by starting each day with the sound of your own power, reminding you of who you are and who you are becoming.